Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we'll make a gameplay for our computer. So we had left this else part for our computer. So let's see, first we have to get the move for a computer, that is same as doing for this get player move. So I'll just say get computer move over here, which is our method to get the computer move. So in this computer move we have to just pass a board, that is the board, basically the same board over here which assigns the number. And the next thing that should be passed in this, let me just go over here, it is get computer move, and the next is computer letter. So we'll just pass a computer letter over here, and it should be computer letter. Just grab that, and we have now the move for our computer. So let's make the move for our computer too with the same function that we called for the player. So it will basically take the board, the same as for the player, and the next is it will just take the computer letter, and next one will be the move. So we have also called the make move function. Now we have to just make another two function, that is to define the winner. So before doing that, let's save this first and see what it looks like if we press the F5. So it is saying X or O. I'll say X, then the player will go first, and I'll just say 3. Then you could see it is 3, so that means we are here, but we haven't have something that is the move for our computer. That means we just have to go again over here, is we haven't just defined the player, that is if it is the turn, that means it should be turn for computer. Let me say computer over here. Let's go again here and let's save this down and run it again. So let's kill this first and run it again. So I'll just say X again, so player will go first 4, and it is saying that the name is winner is not defined, obviously because we haven't defined this method over here, which is winner for our method. So basically what you can do is winner over here is I'll just define the method that is winner. Let me say is winner. So for now I'll just pass here pass. So let's save this down and let's do this again. So 4, and it is not permitting us as in list indices because the move is for the non-type, obviously, because this move that we make here requires basically the move list. So that means we have to just implement first the is winner and another method in order to just run our game. So let's do that first. So first of all I'll just define is winner. So is winner basically takes a board and the letter. So BO is for the board and LE is the computer or a player letter. So let's define this function first. So let me make this is winner, and over here it should be winner, and it should take something that is our copy now, which is our board and the letter. So letter here can be computer letter, or the letter can be here about this player letter. So what we can do over here is we'll just check for the player letter, and if it is a player letter, and in this winner what you're gonna do is we'll just say return I. So this should be our is winner. So let's define this is winner method now. So in order to define is winner method, we make use of this board and the letter that is passed in this is winner. So basically we'll just return that is either true or false from here. So I'll just say return, and let me just make this one over here, and BO is for the board. So if the board is occupied by the letter, that is board 7. So let me just grab this again. So if the row, basically this row, whole of this row is occupied, or whole of this row or whole of this row is occupied by one letter, that means one player has won. Or this whole column is occupied by the same letter, then the same letter player will win. Or if the diagonal player, if this diagonal is also occupied, then the player will win. So basically we'll check all of this condition over here. So let's go down again. So if the bow of 7, that means this position or cell is occupied by the letter, and bow that is for another position, let me say 8 over here, and if it is occupied by the same letter, that is LE, and next one is for 9, that is this position, this cell is also occupied by the same letter, that means we have a winner here. Or, so we'll just make use of a OR to check for all of these other condition. So let me just grab all of these so that it could be easy. Let me just copy it and paste it over here. So now instead of 7, I'll just say 4 for this position, and another is 5, and another is 6. Basically we'll just checking for the row, and if it is 6, then we'll just say we have another winner again. So let me just put this down in this parenthesis, and let me just copy this down again, and I'll just say OR and paste it down it again here. And now it's time to check for another row, that is 1 2 3. So I'll just say 1 2, and next one would be 3, OR. And the next one is basically for the column, so we'll just say 7 4 1 8 5 2 9, and this should be 6 and 3. So let's paste it down again. So first one would be for 7, and second would be for 4, and third would be for 1. Let's do this quickly for another column. So that would be for 8 5, and another would be for 2. So we have now last column, that is this last column, so that should be 9 and 6 and 3. 9, and next one would be 6, and next one would be here 3. So we have a diagonal position, that is 7 5 3 and 9 5 and 1. So let's define that 2 here, that is 7 first, and 5, next one would be 3, put it OR here, and the last one here is the condition to check if the 9th position or 9th cell and 5th cell and 1 cell, that is first cell, is occupied by the letter. That means we just close this down here, and if it is the case, then it will just return us yes or no. So based on this condition, it will just return us yes or no. So this is basically for the is winner condition. So next method that we want to make is board full method. Basically this is to check if every space on the board has been taken or not. So I'll just define over here, that is board full, and it will just take a board. So this method, is board full method, returns true if every space on the board has been taken, otherwise it will return false. So let me say for I in range, and it should be 1 to 10 over here, which is basically in range, and I'll just check for the space. So we have a space function here, that is space free, that normally take a board and the move, or a position. I'll say position, that is in the position in our board, and based on that position, and based on that moves, and based on that position on the board, it will just return us true or false. So if the board is full, it just return false, otherwise it will just return true if it has not been taken. So basically what it has done is it will return true if every space on board has been taken. So basically if there is a space free, then it will just say return false. That means there is some space left in the board. But it will return true if the board is basically full. That means all the space in the board has been taken. So let's go down again here in our gameplay, and now it's time to just implement these two methods, that is winner method and board full method over here in this player and in the computer move, and that should be in the next lecture. See you in the next